Now on 4 News Now at 6. For the first time in decades, a child is diagnosed with measles in North Idaho. What families need to know ahead of the start of a new school year.
Fire crews will be on high alert tomorrow. I'm tracking hot and windy conditions. I'll show you which areas are most at risk in your first alert forecast.
Plus, Central Valley schools are heading back to class a week early. We'll explain why and how it could actually help students later on. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Well, for the first time in more than 30 years, measles has reemerged in our Idaho community. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. The Panhandle Health District is sounding the alarm after an unvaccinated child in Kootenai County was diagnosed with the virus. Hunter Bertram shares what we know about this case and how to protect your family.
Measles was detected in Kootenai County wastewater last week, but there were no cases reported until today.
Measles is really one of the most infectious diseases known to humankind.
Now, the Panhandle Health District is engaged in contact tracing, working to learn how an unvaccinated child contracted the virus and who they've been in contact with.
It can be very tough to sometimes figure out where somebody got infected.
Kindergarten vaccination rates for measles, known as the MMR vaccine, are lower in Idaho compared to the national average. According to the CDC, it's 13% below the national median.
So we've been worrying about this for a while, trying to remind parents to make sure they and their family are up to date on the vaccines.
And not only has it been decades since a case of measles hit the Idaho Panhandle, for the state, the last reported case was in 2023.
It can make people quite sick, and about 1 to 5 or so people might end up in the hospital with it, be sick enough they end up in the hospital.
Measles can remain airborne in a room for up to 2 hours after an infected person has left. The virus symptoms typically start in the throat and lungs. Symptoms normally appear a week after infection.
But this virus can be very nasty, and it can actually spread into the body and cause a severe infection, including into the lungs, into the brain.
Health professionals now urge families to get vaccinated to safeguard against this resurgence.
So, we may have gotten the vaccine as kids, but we knew that for the most part, the measles virus had been eliminated. This is a time to remember it's back. Please educate yourself, read up on it, talk to your doctor or another trusted healthcare provider.
In Kootenai County, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Well, 3 major construction projects in eastern Washington, including the North Spokane corridor, are now on hold as one local labor union goes on strike. The Washington Department of Transportation says work has also been suspended on the paving of Highway 195 near Pullman and in Chewelah on Highway 395. The DOT also says the northbound lanes of the Green Street Bridge and one southbound lane are closed indefinitely due to an ongoing strike. It says there are holes in the bridge and there is no way to reopen it while the strike continues. We have also learned that this strike could affect projects in North Idaho. The Idaho Transportation Department telling us if the strike goes on, it could lead to delays in the widening of I-90 between Post Falls and Coeur d'Alene, as well as the Post Falls I-90 interchange project. This is a developing story, and we will update you as we learn more.
Deputies in Kootenai County are still searching for a potential killer in Hayden. According to the sheriff's office, the body of 35-year-old Kenneth Caldero was found at a home on North Hamlet Trail. This is in an area northeast of Hayden Lake. Investigators searched the area and did not find any more victims or suspects. Anyone with information about Caldero's death is asked to contact the sheriff's office.
All right, pretty hot day all across the inland northwest, reaching upper 90s in some parts.
And Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker warned us about it, and she has a warning for tomorrow.
That's right. We are going to keep the heat, but we're bringing up the winds. There is a fire weather warning from noon tomorrow until 9 o'clock on Wednesday. The combination of wind gusts up to 35, even 40 miles per hour in some locations. Relative humidity down in the low teens, possibly even single digits. And that heat will be a little bit cooler thanks to an approaching cold front. We're starting off our forecast wind gusts at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Already starting to see wind gusts close to 30 miles per hour by noon. They'll really get going by 3 o'clock, where again, some locations could get close to 40 mile per hour gusts. And then things will begin to calm down as the evening goes on. But that red flag warning is in effect until 9 o'clock in the evening. Not quite as hot as today, but temperatures still in the 90s in most locations tomorrow, right around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. Temperatures ranging from 90 in Spirit Lake to the mid-90s in 9 Mile, Meade, Spokane Valley, downtown, also at 94 degrees. Your forecast for tomorrow, 68 degrees at 7 a.m. We'll be heading up to that high of 91 with gusty winds in the afternoon. 85 is our average high. We're going to see that temperature drop more than 10 degrees as we get closer to the weekend, and there's the chance of rain. I'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you. With fire danger on the rise, Spokane County Fire District 3 is reminding everyone that all recreational fires are banned. That includes open yard burning. Only propane, natural gas, or charcoal grills and manufactured fire devices are allowed. Firefighters say you can help prevent wildfires by delaying mowing, using equipment carefully, securing trailer chains, and disposing of cigarettes properly.
Well, the Spokane Valley Fire Department spent the morning battling 6 fires that it says were intentionally set. These fires were burning along the Centennial Trail right near the Mirabeau Trailhead. Madeline Mullins is live where these fires were set. So, Madeline, tell us why fire crews believe this was intentional.
Well, this black patch of land shows where just one of these fires was burning earlier this morning. And there's patches of grass on either side of me that look just like this. One of those is further down this trail just a little bit. And because of the multiple starts, fire investigators say they believe someone did this on purpose. Spokane Valley Fire is investigating yet another string of suspicious fires. At 2 a.m., fire crews were called here to the 3 fires burning near the Mirabeau Trailhead. 5 minutes later, just a half-mile down the Centennial Trail, there were 3 more.
The thoroughfare of the trail provides an easy opportunity for individuals to commute and cause multiple starts.
Because of the nature of these fires, investigators believe they were set by the same person.
Deemed suspicious due to the multiple starts and the lack of fire starting evidence other than what could be brought by a person intentionally starting these fires.
These 6 fires join a long list of intentionally set fires that have been happening across the inland Northwest this summer.
The number of fires has increased from previous years into this year.
Last week, a woman was arrested for allegedly starting 15 fires along the Spokane River near Myrtle Point. Some who live here in Spokane Valley can't understand why someone would do this.
But I think it's pretty tragic that people decide to cause harm and just start damaging things for others for no reason.
The Spokane Valley Fire Department says it is doing everything it can to catch who is behind this and prevent any more of these fires from starting.
All it takes is one of these fires getting out of hand to damage our community, our neighborhoods, and possibly injure individuals.
And Spokane Valley Fire Department is asking for the community's help to catch whoever is behind this. So if you know of or see anything suspicious, you're asked to call Crime Check. Back to you, Kirsten.
Madeline, thank you. We are also tracking a fire burning in South Spokane County, just east of Highway 95. We have some photos from the scene here. Fire crews say this has burned about 3/4 of an acre and a water line has been established nearby the homes there. This is a developing story. We will update you just as soon as we learn more.
A North Idaho man will spend another 8 years in federal prison for threatening to kill a federal judge and prosecutor. Prosecutors say 28-year-old Nathaniel West sent 2 letters from an Idaho state prison last year while he was already serving time for burglary. The first, in February, was issued to an assistant U.S. attorney and included graphic threats to assault, kidnap, torture, and murder him. A month later, West sent another letter, this time to a chief U.S. district judge who had sentenced him the year before for similar threats. West pleaded guilty to all charges.
The Idaho Transportation Department is sharing plans for a future construction project on Highway 95 near Parks Road in Athol. Proposed changes include removing left turns and median crossings, plus building a new road on the east side from Parks Road to Lawrence Road. The community can learn more and give feedback at a meeting next Wednesday near the East Park Road and Highway 95 interchange. Construction is scheduled to begin in 2031.
Two explosions just moments apart near a South Carolina road, and it was all caught on camera.
Yeah, we'll show you what set it all off coming up. And inflation's holding steady, but some everyday costs are still climbing. What that means for your wallet and why the Fed is feeling the pressure.
Plus, heading off to college can be exciting, but also overwhelming. How you can help your child stay healthy and ready for being away from home coming up.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical.
If you want to shine this summer and be healthy and fit, then this week is the perfect time to join Move Fitness for about $1 a day and keep your body looking good for the swimsuit season. Move Fitness.
When it comes to getting what's fair for your auto accident, the scales of justice can be a bit unbalanced.
Insurance companies are big, and they know it. They'll delay payment and deny valid claims.
Hoping you'll give up and take a low-ball offer.
So how do you get what's fair?
Call Russell and Hill.
We've handled thousands of injury cases and have the resources to make the insurance company pay up.
Injured and getting big-timed by the insurance company?
Call 800-LAW-0842.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Get 5.9% APR on GMC Sierra heavy-duty models. That's over $4,000 in average finance savings.
That's Montana Sapphire from Phillipsburg, Montana.
R&R RV has just lowered prices on every pre-owned motorhome, fifth wheel, and travel trailer in stock. We're talking jaw-dropping savings on the region's largest selection of pre-owned RVs. All pre-owned units at R&R RV are clean, certified, and never purchased at auction. Quit dreaming. Just do it. Same-day delivery available on many units. Shop pre-owned units now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake, North Spokane, and Lewiston. Or visit rnrrv.com.
If you want to shine this summer and be healthy and fit, then this week is the perfect time to join Move Fitness for about $1 a day and keep your body looking good for the swimsuit season. Move Fitness.
Welcome back. It is move-in week at the University of Idaho. For many incoming freshmen, it's their first time living away from home, so leaving family behind can be stressful.
On parents, too. But there are things that we can all do to help set kids up for success, including talking to your child about their health. It's a new world full of independence and decision-making. For some college students, the transition isn't easy.
It's a new situation. There are new expectations. We might be in a new city where we don't know our resources. We might be away from our pediatrician for the first time and the doctor we've seen for potentially 18 straight years.
Dr. Zachary Bittinger with the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center says parents can help prepare their children for decisions they may be faced with making by talking through the risks of substance abuse and sexual health.
Because the truth is, they'll make the decision that they want to, regardless of our advice. But we need to make sure that they understand the implications.
Bittinger says to also help them take control of their health by making sure they know their health history. If their past includes anxiety or depression or other mental health conditions, make sure there's a plan in place where they can get help if needed. Also, if the child takes medications, make sure they know how to get those prescriptions refilled. He says to also make sure they have contact information for a healthcare provider should they need one, and talk about the importance of taking care of basic health needs.
Things that we take for granted, like our diet, our exercise, our sleep, it all gets put under a microscope when it comes to college. So making sure that we talk about those things can hold everybody accountable.
And parents actually have one more week to get their kids ready for University of Idaho. Move-in day is the 20th and the 21st. Dr. Bittinger says having a mental health toolbox toolbox, is also very helpful. That means having resources and coping skills in place, and that can be used in times of stress or when a student feels overwhelmed.
Your Wednesday planner, it is going to be windy, especially in the afternoon. We could see wind gusts in the 35, even 40-mile-per-hour range. A high of 91. That is cooler air pushing its way in. I'll let you know how much we're going to cool down and tell you about some rain in the forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Falco Spokane, your fireplace specialists.
Ready for action? It's No Holds Barred as King of the Cage features up-and-coming MMA stars battling it out. King of the Cage, live Thursday, September 25th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Grab your sunscreen. Free Swim Fridays are back every Friday in June, July, and August at City of Spokane Valley Pools. Families swim free thanks to Numerica Credit Union and Spokane Parks Foundation.
Some of the best summer memories happen by the pool. Numerica's excited for families to soak up the sun without worrying about the cost.
Every Friday at all 3 Spokane Valley Pool locations, kids and adults can swim for free at open swim sessions.
I did it!
We'll see you there.
I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With theeasyhomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
You probably have a few things lying around collecting dust, right? Why not donate them to UGM thrift stores? Your donation isn't just stuff. It's hope for those facing homelessness and addiction. Some items go straight to our shelters to meet pressing needs. Others are carefully prepped, priced, and placed in our stores, awaiting a new, loving home. And every dollar provides meals, safe shelter, and other life-changing services. Whether you donate or shop at UGM thrift stores, you're making a difference right here in the Inland Northwest.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
NHL star Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew both killed in a horrific bike crash. And now, almost exactly 1 year later, the wives of both late brothers speak out for the first time.
Is there anything you didn't say to your husband that you might want to say now?
Tomorrow, the emotional exclusive on Good Morning America.
We'll take a look at this video of a bolt of lightning that sparked a pair of explosions in South Carolina. I saw this week. This video shared by police in Mount Pleasant showing that bolt turning a power pole and transformer into what looked like a fireball on the left-hand side of your screen. Now, this was causing a bright arcing blast in overhead equipment on the right-hand side. If you watch it a little bit longer, you'll see that on the other side.
That is
holy smokes.
Lightning is scary stuff, especially on the East Coast.
Yeah.
That's why we say when thunder roars,
Yes.
don't turn into a fireball.
Right.
Come indoors.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, so we've had heat, but we're actually really worried about the winds picking up tomorrow, right?
That is right. We are dried out even more with temperatures in the 90s for 3 days. And now we're going to add some wind to it. It's 93 in Spokane right now, 94 degrees in Coeur d'Alene with clear skies. Air quality is very well in the good range. 4 things to know about your weather, though. It is going to be hot again tomorrow, very, very dry and windy. Critical fire weather conditions. There is cooler weather that is pushing its way in and the potential for an increasingly good chance of showers on Friday and Saturday. I'm feeling very optimistic, but we first have to get through Wednesday and the winds picking up in the afternoon. Sustained winds in excess of 20 miles per hour, 35, potentially even 40-mile-per-hour gusts in the afternoon. Plenty to drive any fires, rapid fire spread possible, and any little spark could ignite into something much bigger with those kind of winds. Here's what's going on. I'm starting off Wednesday morning with this cold front that's going to be moving through picking up our winds. A dry cold front. We'll see our temperatures drop for Thursday behind that front, about 10 degrees. Then we have another front coming in, not dropping down from Canada, where most of the fronts come from are dry. This one's coming in from the Pacific, and it has got some moisture with it for Friday and Saturday, and another dip in temperatures on the way behind that. We're going to be enjoying some 70-degree weather, or temperatures in the 70s, I should say, and a pretty good chance of measurable rain Friday, Saturday, possibly lingering into the early mornings of Sunday. And measurable rain is looking more and more likely over a good portion of the region. This is the forecast rain over the next 5 days. Temperatures, meanwhile, we're going to drop 10 degrees for Thursday, dropping further for Friday, a couple of days in the mid-70s before we start climbing back up again into more summer-like conditions. Your planning forecast. Then after tomorrow's windy weather and critical fire weather conditions, a very pleasant Thursday with a nice breeze, showers Friday and Saturday, and then summer-like weather returning as we get into early next week. We have some cooler overnight lows. If you've been struggling with sleep, temperatures after tonight will be down in the 50s through most of the rest of the 7-day forecast, Eric.
All right, Chris, thank you. A new performing arts center in Spokane Valley just received a donation of more than $1 million to help complete construction. It's being built on East Mansfield Avenue near the Spokane Valley Mall. Here's what that site looks like now, and here's what it will look like once it's complete. The Spokane Valley Summer Theater says part of that money will cover a 500% rent hike to use the Central Valley School District facilities next year. The rest will go towards construction. The theater says the donation comes at a crucial time since it needs to raise over $15 million by September 30th.
And speaking of the arts, the Washington Arts Commission has officially named Hilliard the first certified creative district in Spokane County. There are some benefits. For example, it comes with a $10,000 startup grant and makes the area eligible for up to $50,000 in capital funding. Some are hoping this will inspire other neighborhoods to do the same. Right now, the Garland District is in the middle of applying for its own certification. Some thieves are stealing homes without the owners even knowing.
Coming up, how deed theft works and the new laws aimed at stopping it. Plus, the Central Valley School District is starting the school year early, and there's a big reason for the change. We'll show you how the new calendar could boost learning and morale.
And a former WSU quarterback is making headlines for sports betting allegations. What he says about the rumors coming up on 4 News Now at 6:30.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now brings you an aerial postcard from the Palouse.
These were my great-grandpappy's glasses, and now they're yours, son.
Why can't I just get my own?
2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam for $79, all same day.
Yeah, I want my own.
Stanton Optical, easy's our thing.
Everyone deserves a better night's sleep.
And for over 40 years, the locally owned Walker's Furniture Stores have carried the largest selection of top-rated mattress sets all under one roof, in stock at the best prices in the region. We understand the quality of your sleep matters, which is why Walker's Furniture has a 365-night comfort guarantee. Plus, get up to $300 of free furniture with select sets sold.
Sleep better and pay less this week at Walker's.
The 2025 Ford Bronco is everywhere, and for good reason. It's built for anything, loaded with capability, and will go anywhere you take it. Snow, mud, dirt, whatever the road throws at you. This goat gives you seven different terrain modes to handle it all. And the Bronco just won an award for Best in Class for initial quality. When buying your next SUV, think Wendell Ford. We would be honored to show you the new Bronco. Wendell Ford, drive for generations.
Every day, our customers experience that moment. The moment when the decision is made and the train has left the station. When there's nothing left to do but lean forward and watch a little piece of the future unfold right before your dilated pupils. It only lasts a heartbeat or two, and some moments end better than others. But whatever the outcome, there's never a dull moment at Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
When I was told I needed radiation treatment for a brain tumor, I couldn't stop thinking about what could happen to my memories. Those moments I cherish from growing up, of finding myself, of the people I love, of what I've created. But they all just fade away. But when I learned how precise treatment was with Gamma Knife, I was reassured that those moments would be preserved. Because it's not only about protecting the memories I've made, but the ones I have yet to create.
We're busy. I get it. So Stanton Optical works with your schedule. Buy online, pick up in store same day, and get a free fitting. I mean, look at my to-do list. Same day eye exam, same day glasses. 2 pairs plus eye exam for only $79.
Around the nation, a new report shows inflation slightly better than expected, with prices rising at 2.7%.
That's the same rate as the month prior, taming some fears that inflation was moving in the wrong direction. But some experts worry that could change because of recent policy changes. ABC's Christiane Cordero explains.
Today, the White House is touting a new report showing inflation holding steady in July at 2.7%.
Inflation beat market expectations once again, and inflation remains stable.
However, core inflation jumped 0.3% or 3.1% year over year. The report comes at a crucial time. Before July, inflation rose for 2 straight months. And after revisions to the May and June jobs report showed hiring was weaker than expected, President Trump fired the commissioner who oversees both jobs and inflation. The commissioner is part of a team of economists and does not have sole control over the report. Still, Trump tapped Heritage Foundation economist E.J. Antony to lead the bureau.
As you know, the president has appointed someone new to take over the BLS, and so we need to look at the means and the methods of how the United States is acquiring this very important data.
Today's inflation report was Antony's first at the helm and comes as the effect of Trump's tariffs paint a murky picture. The report shows rent is up 0.2%, coffee up 2.2%, gas down the same amount, and used cars and trucks up 0.5%. Trump is now turning attention to the Federal Reserve, which factors the inflation report into its decision on interest rates.
Most economists, after this report, which is pretty tame, still expect the Fed to cut interest rates by a 1/4 point in September. Because remember, the Fed has 2 headaches now. It needs to get inflation under control, but it now has a weakening job market.
Trump is demanding the Fed cut interest rates just as investors project they will. For months, the president has floated firing Fed Chair Jerome Powell, and now Trump is escalating his threats, saying he'll file an unrelated lawsuit against Powell if interest rates stay unchanged. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Well, tonight we are learning that nearly 500 shots may have been fired when a man shot at a CDC building in Atlanta last week. Investigators say 30-year-old Patrick White blamed the COVID-19 vaccine for making him depressed and suicidal.
A search warrant executed at the residence of the shooter revealed written documentation that expressed the shooter's discontent with the COVID-19 vaccinations. Just basically the overall content of one of the documents was more of wanting to make the public aware of his distrust of the vaccines.
During the shooting, police say White killed a police officer, David Rose, before taking his own life. Authorities say the suspect broke into a safe at his family's home, taking a gun that belonged to his father. Police say White had no criminal history. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation said White had expressed thoughts of suicide, which even led to law enforcement being contacted for weeks prior to the incident.
Well, deed theft is on the rise in the U.S.
We'll show you the signs to look out for coming up.
The hallways here at Central Valley High School will be bustling a little bit sooner than normal this year. Why the district is deciding to adopt a balanced calendar coming up.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. Here at Xfinity, we want to do our part to keep one thing the same, with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. So no matter how your other costs change, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi, with our best equipment included, for a price that stays exactly the same.
Our customers love coming to Car Wash Plaza.
The staff here is so friendly.
It's the best in the Northwest.
It's so well lit, and there's security lights everywhere.
The central dog wash is so convenient, no hassle. Keeps the dog clean and keeps my house clean too.
My car is a big investment for me, and so if I want it done right, I take it to Car Wash Plaza for the touchless wash.
Car Wash Plaza. It's the best in the Northwest.
Find a location near you at carwashplaza.com.
Exploring different regions throughout the Northwest and beyond can be fun and educational. 4 News Now would like to showcase these locations with Travel for Adventures.
Moses Lake is the perfect place for family getaways and exploring.
From camping, fishing, and ATVing around the lake to outdoor concerts, farmers markets, and air shows, Moses Lake has something for everyone. Visit tourmoseslake.com.
Annual events like Springfest, the Moses Lake Air Show, and the Grant County Fair are a blast. And check out the BMX State Qualifier, Vintage Hydroplane Test and Tune Days, and the Sand Scorpion Freestyle event.
For a low-key vacation, how about the Great Gulf, Water Park, or one-day Art Fest? The Amani Festival, celebrating Hispanic cultures, takes place in September.
Moses Lake, Washington. It's the perfect place to explore.
Discover more places you might like to visit. Go to kxly.com/travel for adventures.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, starting the school year earlier might not sound like fun, but what if it meant you could get more time off throughout the year?
That's what things will look like at the Central Valley School District if it shifts to a balanced calendar. Alexandra Cohen-Yards shows us what this new model will look like and why the district says it will help students succeed.
It might come as a shock to see a sign outside a Central Valley High School announcing school starts on August 27th, breaking a years-long tradition of beginning just after Labor Day. But district leaders say there's a good reason behind it.
In order to help with learning loss, to help with emotional and mental well-being of students and staff.
Central Valley Superintendent John Parker believes this could be the key to sustaining student and teacher momentum throughout the year. He says the need for this change became clear after the pandemic.
There was a real readiness to benefit by examining the calendar after COVID.
The district hopes that having some more days off throughout the school year helps boost attendance, especially in those cold winter months, changing the morale of learning in the area.
It creates a kind of a sense of a flow of how they know when the days they need to be on, when they have a chance to be off.
So what will this look like? Many of these new days off are added to national holidays. For example, students will get a long weekend in November by getting the Monday before Veterans Day off. And instead of just getting President's Day off, students will get a week-long winter break in February.
That flexibility and nimbleness is providing us an option to look at every calendar year differently.
Central Valley isn't the first to explore this, and Spokane Public Schools is now considering it for the 2026-2027 school year. Parker says the next few years will act as a test period before implementing the new calendar permanently. In Spokane Valley, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
And to make sure your students are ready for the new school year, the Central Valley School District held its annual resource fair. Lots of families were able to pick up free backpacks full of those supplies. Students were also able to get free haircuts, sports physicals, and so much more.
We love making this a resource that's available to all of the families in our school district every single year. This is our 5th annual Back to School Resource Fair, and just excited that it keeps growing every single year.
And if you missed the resource fair, don't worry. The Salvation Army will be holding its annual Backpacks for Kids event tomorrow. We love this one. Besides backpacks and school supplies, there will also be a vendor resource fair with more than 40 local organizations offering information and services.
It's a great chance just to remind ourselves and get our kids signed up for Girls and Boy Scouts or for soccer or for other extracurricular activities like after-school programs and things, in addition to preparing for the upcoming school year.
The Salvation Army will be handing out those supplies tomorrow at their Indiana Street location starting at 9 o'clock. They'll be given out on a first-come, first-served basis. On grade level, parents will need to bring photo ID and proof of child living in the household. You can do that with your kid's school ID or a school registration. For more information, you can head to KXLY.com.
Well, fire crews are going to be on high alert tomorrow because of our hot and windy conditions.
Let's head it back over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see the areas that will be most at risk. Chris.
Well, we are going to have hot and windy weather throughout the region, but it is especially problematic through the Columbia Basin, the Waterville Plateau, the Spokane area, and down into the Idaho and Washington Palouse, where we are at that red flag warning criteria. Very dry conditions with relative humidities in the low teens. Gusty winds, 35-mile-per-hour gusts will be common, but we could see up to 40-mile-per-hour gusts at times during the afternoon. So any fire starts would spread very rapidly tomorrow. Taking your Wednesday forecast hour by hour, we'll start the day off with southwest winds at 10 miles per hour. Temperatures already close to 70 degrees at 7 a.m. By 10 a.m., we're in the 80s. No precipitation tomorrow. In fact, I doubt you'll see a cloud. Winds beginning to pick up, and then once we're into the noon hour, we'll start to see those stronger gusts in the 30-mile-per-hour range, sustained winds at 19. Winds will be peaking in that 2 to 3 o'clock range, where sustained winds at 23, but wind gusts in the 35 to 40-mile-per-hour range, and a high of 91, a little bit cooler than it has been the past 3 days, but still well above average. We are going to be cooling down quite a bit more than 10 degrees in the 7-day forecast. I'll tell you all about it in just a few minutes. Kirsten?
All right, thanks, Chris. Washington State Patrol is investigating Saturday's deadly crash that killed Spokane County Sheriff Sergeant Kenneth Salas. During their investigation, WSP is reminding all drivers the rules of the road. State law requires drivers to move over one lane or slow down to 10 miles below the posted speed limit when emergency vehicles, construction crews, or roadside assistance is blocking a lane of traffic.
That's why that law was in effect, because we had emergency workers, police officers and paramedics, firefighters and construction workers and tow drivers that have had a series of collisions in those areas where people didn't move over.
WSP also wants drivers to know how to properly secure what's in the bed of your truck or on a trailer. It's important those items are tied down and secure before you start driving. Breaking either of those laws could result in steep fines and puts others on the road in danger.
Well, authorities across the country are warning homeowners about a growing scam with fraudsters stealing homes, and it can all begin with a phony signature. ABC's Lionel Moise has the story.
A warning about a growing scam with thieves taking ownership of your home without your knowledge. Lawmakers are trying to crack down on deed theft with those scammers taking the title of a property, often by forging documents. In Queens, New York, scammers preying on one woman who was in hospice care.
She could not even turn in bed or feed herself or hold a pen.
The thieves convincing the healthcare aides they were family friends, forging documents and using false notarizations to transfer the deed into their name, even paying the mortgage and liens on the house. The woman's son only finding out when a letter addressed to someone else came, welcoming them to their new home.
Losing a mother to failing health is devastating enough. Trying to protect her home from fraudsters during this time has made that pain and sadness far more difficult to bear.
Those thieves were the first people charged under a new law in New York cracking down on deed theft.
Home ownership represents the pinnacle of years of diligent and hard work and service. And that's why deed theft is such a serious and an awful crime.
And it's not just New York.
My parents passed away, and somehow they found a way to
forged the signature.
In Dallas, a man was sentenced to 9 years in prison and ordered to pay $550,000 in restitution for stealing the home of this man's late parents and 19 others. Texas lawmakers introduced laws to protect victims and fight deed fraud while creating new penalties. Similar laws have also been introduced in Pennsylvania and North Carolina, but some have faced legal roadblocks. Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
Well, Washington State is nearing the end of fall camp, but there are still some questions to be answered about starting roles.
Including the Cougs starting quarterback, Sydney, which Coach Jimmy Rogers is still waiting to announce.
Well, if he knows the answer already, he's keeping it very close to himself. But one thing Rogers is pretty outspoken about is the culture shift in Pullman. We're going to hear from one player who says the trust and work ethic in the building is at a all-time high. Plus, which former WSU player is being accused of sports betting? That's next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Hospitals.
Warner Music Nashville's multi-platinum star Gabby Barrett continues to be an unstoppable force in country music and will be live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino on Thursday, August 14th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Custom is more than choosing from a few fabric options. With our custom upholstery, you get control over almost every detail, so you can design a piece that's perfect for you. From the style of the arms and legs to the cushion type and pillow shape. Perfect style, perfect comfort, created for you. The Custom Comfort Event. Get 30% off store-wide at the Tin Roof.
R&R RV has just lowered prices on every pre-owned motorhome, fifth wheel, and travel trailer in stock. We're talking jaw-dropping savings on the region's largest selection of pre-owned RVs. All pre-owned units at R&R RV are clean, certified, and never purchased at auction. Quit dreaming. Just do it. Same-day delivery available on many units. Shop pre-owned units now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake, North Spokane, and Lewiston. Or visit rnrrv.com.
Bathfitter does showers? That's right. We offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers in all shapes and sizes. We can even convert your bath into a shower. How about that? With our seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you'll get a beautiful new shower to fit your needs, guaranteed for life. Bathfitter's been around for 40 years, and we've been experts at showers for just as long. Get yours today. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
The guys from Workaholics try to go all the way.
No one has ever gotten 3 in a row. We should phone a friend just to say how well we're doing.
And the stars from Hacks are in the hot seat.
You okay?
You know, it's not relaxing.
New Millionaire Wednesday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Sexual assaults during Uber rides.
The shocking number of women who are attacked.
What you need to know before you step in the vehicle to make sure it's safe. Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Washington State is closing in on their final day of fall camp this week and inching closer to their first game day of the season, now just 18 days away. There's still position battles happening on the Palouse as we await a QB1 announcement along with the rest of the starters. But one thing we do know is the type of culture first-year head coach Jimmy Rogers is instilling in this Cougar program. Along with a high level of physicality and mental toughness on the field, the players have highlighted the trust they have within the building. Deron Goodman, a safety that transferred from JUCO this season, says the support from the vets is something he's making sure to pass down to the younger guys.
They tell me everything that I need to know, everything that I should need to know. Whatever question I have, if I don't ask the coach, I ask them for sure. So just like having them to be able to be that mentor and be able to ask them questions, I want the freshmen and the sophomores to be able to ask me them same questions and me be able to have answers just like they always have answers for me.
Rogers is building a robust culture over on the Palouse, and we'll be able to see it firsthand on August 30th in their first game against the Idaho Vandals. A former WSU quarterback is making headlines this afternoon, but due to photos surfacing on social media that allege John Mateer sent money involving sports betting on Venmo. These alleged transactions from 2022, when Mateer was a freshman at WSU, were sent to another account and labeled sports gambling. Mateer quickly hopping on social media himself to clear the air. In a statement reading in part, "My previous Venmo descriptions did not accurately portray the transactions in question, but were instead inside jokes between me and my friends. I've never bet on sports." Oklahoma University, Mateer's new school, also said they have no reason to believe he's involved in sports betting. The Mariners are now on an 8-game win streak after the series opening win in Baltimore. Here's the lone run of the game thanks to Josh Naylor with the base hit and getting to bat home Randy Arozarena in the first inning. After that, a pretty quiet night for both teams, but the Mariners get the job done. It was George Kirby on the mound for Seattle, pitching 7 innings and obviously not allowing a run from Baltimore. The series picks up tomorrow at 3:35. And the Spokane Zephyr are putting in the work this summer, looking ahead to their first game just under 2 weeks away. But for their home opener on September 6th, they're pulling out all the stops. Free Thunderstick noisemakers for the first 500 fans, along with a new beer garden. Kirsten?
All right, Sydney, thank you. Around the world tonight, new details about the historic summit on U.S. soil, where President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin are set to meet in just 3 days.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky spoke with Trump and European leaders today and says for the first time they're getting signals from Russia about some type of ceasefire. ABC's Melissa Adan has the story.
A historic bilateral meeting to take center stage in Anchorage, Alaska Friday, marking the first time Russian President Putin sets foot on U.S. soil in a decade. Ukrainian President Zelensky not invited. The White House saying the goal is to end the now 3.5-year-long war between Russia and Ukraine.
Look, only one party that's involved in this war is going to be present. And so this is for the president to go and to get, again, a more firm and better understanding of how we can hopefully bring this war to an end.
Overnight, Russia kept up its drone and missile attack on Ukraine. Ukraine responded.
Conditions on the battlefield in Ukraine are just as brutal as ever, and we have seen in recent days Russian forces appear to make a pretty significant advance on Ukraine's eastern front.
But in a recent call with Trump and European leaders, Zelensky says for the first time they are getting signals from Russia about some type of ceasefire. Zelensky emphasizing that no concrete plans have been presented. ABC's Rachel Scott today pressing the White House on any red lines mentioned on that call.
Did Zelensky give President Trump any red lines, any non-starters ahead of this summit on Friday?
Look, I don't want to reveal the private conversations between the president and President Zelensky, but what I can tell you is that the president has deep respect for all parties that are involved in this conflict and are trying to bring this conflict to an end.
The White House also pressed on whether the negotiations could include a potential land swap.
It's a very complex and complicated situation. As for the details of the plans that have been kind of tossed back and forth, I won't get into those.
Two U.S. officials confirming to ABC News President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance will take part in a virtual meeting tomorrow with President Zelensky and European allies. Melissa Adan, ABC News, Los Angeles.
4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be a hot, dry, and windy Wednesday, resulting in critical fire weather conditions. There is cooler weather coming, including the possibility of some showers on Friday and Saturday. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's our Endless Summer Savings Sales Event, where you'll save $12,250 off new Sierra 1500 Denali's or 0% APR. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
The 2025 Ford Bronco is everywhere, and for good reason. It's built for anything, loaded with capability, and will go anywhere you take it. Snow, mud, dirt, whatever the road throws at you. This goat gives you seven different terrain modes to handle it all. And the Bronco just won an award for best in class for initial quality. When buying your next SUV, think Wendell Ford. We would be honored to show you the new Bronco. Wendell Ford, drive for generations.
It started with a drive down 8th Avenue.
Wow, what is this place?
A permanent year-round market rooted in sustainability, equity, and community. BECU stepped in with trust-based philanthropy and a commitment to the community.
Our partnership with Scale House is helping our members, it's helping our community grow, thrive, get access to food.
From arts to agriculture, Scale House Market is a place where people grow together.
This year marks a powerful milestone, 90 years of Social Security. Since President Roosevelt signed it into law in 1935, it's been a cornerstone of economic security. Over the past 9 decades, not a single payment has been missed. That's not just reliability. It's a testament to the strength and success of one of America's most trusted institutions. AARP Spokane invites you to a celebration event on August 14th. Gather with your neighbors, meet new friends, and take action to protect what you've earned. Find out more and register at this website.
That's the sound of big summer savings. Don't wait until it gets cold. Right now at Falco's, we're celebrating 96 years of comfort with an incredible deal on Cozy Heat fireplaces. Install labor, just $96. That's over $700 in savings. And here's the kicker. We're holding last year's pricing on all in-stock Cozy Heat models. It's our Cozy Heat preseason sale, now through August 29th, only at Falco's.
It's our Endless Summer Savings sales event, where you'll save up to $14,000 or 3.9% APR on new Sierra 2500 HD Denali's. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
4 News Now is brought to you by Summit Cancer Center.
Welcome back. We're talking about hot temperatures and fire danger.
Yeah, and we've had a relatively decent fire season, I guess, in terms of like no major destruction, but we don't want to be messing with things tomorrow with the winds.
No, a day like tomorrow with 35, 40-mile-per-hour winds could be disastrous. It is cooler air and rain on the way in the forecast. We just have to make it through the next 24 hours or so. Today, our high 95 degrees. It is so very dry. Our average high is 85. We're closer to our record of 99 set back in 1971 than our average. Sunset at 7 minutes after 8. Another night in the 60s. We have one more of those before some cooler weather is on the way. Our high temperatures around the region, a lot of 90s on the map. 99 Moses Lake, 98 in Omak, got up to 99 in Winthrop, 102 degrees today in Lewiston, 93 in Sandpoint, and 91 in Bonners Ferry. 91 for a high tomorrow in Spokane, and then we have a drop down to 81 Thursday, down into the 70s Friday and Saturday before we start warming back up again the second half of the weekend and into early next week. With this first drop, we have our fire danger. With these subsequent lower temperatures, we're talking about some wet weather. But first, we have that cold front that comes through tomorrow, and that is really going to pick up our winds. It is a dry cold front, so we're not going to get the offset of any precipitation. It is still going to be bright blue skies, but wind gusts peaking around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, close to 40 miles per hour in many locations. The area of most concern from the Idaho and Washington Palouse up through Spokane and through the Columbia Basin and Waterville Plateau, as well as the Okanagan Valley to a lesser extent. Our chance of rain then, with the next cool down, kicks in on Friday with a 40% chance of showers, a 50% chance of showers on Saturday. Timing isn't best as we do not have many summer weekends left, but as dry as it's been, we will take it, and then drying out the second half of the weekend. Right now, it does look like we are in shape to get some measurable rain in many locations. Boy, a 1/4 of an inch in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene over the next 5 days would be very welcome. So again, make it through tomorrow and we should be in pretty good shape. Windy conditions and then a nice drop in our temperatures. 81 and mostly sunny on Thursday before the rain moves in Friday and Saturday, and the temperatures drop mid-70s both days, and then drying out and warming up as we head into next work week and the end of the weekend. Overnight lows, as I mentioned, after tonight in the 60s, we've got 50s ahead, so that will help cool things down around the region with those cooler overnight lows, Derek.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, if you're looking for weekend plans, why not head to the National Lentil Festival happening in Pullman on Saturday. It's being held at Rainey Park, where you can catch the Grand Parade, live music, and a few different sports tournaments there as well. There will also be cooking demonstrations and visits from mascots like, you gotta love these names, Tasty Lentil and Dandy Pea. For more information, you can find this story on KXLY.com.
Oh, that's cute. Well, if trees are more your thing, registration is now open for the Tree Trot 5K at Finch Arboretum this October. The event takes place Saturday, October 4th, and aims to raise money for the Willow Nature-based Playground Project. The trot is open to sapling supporters of all ages. There will be two groups, a competitive run starting at 9 a.m. and then a family-friendly trail run or walk beginning at noon. Every participant will receive a custom t-shirt.
All right, before we head to a break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
This August, Renewal by Andersen wants to give you a huge win. You can have our award-winning windows and doors right now, and you don't have to pay us a dime for 2 years. You can try to pay us during the first 2 years, but we don't want it. Really, we don't want it. Save it, spend it, go buy a pony, whatever you want to do. Renewal by Andersen is the full-service window and door replacement division of Andersen. And let me tell you something else. Did you know that Andersen products increase your home's value by at least 15%? It's true. Pull out the calculator on your phone and plug in the numbers. I think you're going to be happy. It's possible that the money you spend on your new windows and doors could actually pay for themselves by increasing the value of your home. Can you imagine that? Speaking of doors, we'd love to introduce you to our brand new exclusive ensemble entry door systems. These are premium, custom-built entry doors that were designed for beauty and security. Just listen to our multi-point locking system. You're not going to find that at a big box store. And no other window company is going to do the whole project, soup to nuts, with the nation's best warranty. And we want you to know that we custom build our windows right here in the United States. This is your big chance, and it's this month only. Get your new windows and doors today, and you don't pay us a dime until 2027. Wow, that's no money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 years. Call before August 31st, 509-348-2727.
Bill's Heating and AC has not one, not two, but 3 warehouses overstocked with top quality air conditioners. To clear out inventory before the end of the year, we're doing something we've never done before. Advertising our guaranteed lowest pricing for all to see. Right now, you can get a full heating and cooling system installed for only $6,500 to $8,500, depending on capacity. Call now before this amazing deal goes away. Call 208-777-5528.
4 News Now is brought to you by Inland Imaging.
Well, police find thousands of dollars in cash and explosives during a drug raid in Spokane. Take a look at these photos of some of the things found inside that home on North Freya. Investigators found a hand grenade, part of a cluster bomb, and a modified firework. Police also say they seized 63 guns and a pound of fentanyl powder, 5 pounds of meth, and over $250,000 in cash.
All right, coming up tonight on Nightside, we touched a bit on inflation earlier in this newscast, and tonight we'll look at how inflation is affecting restaurants around the nation. That's coming up tonight on Nightside starting at 11.
It is going to be another warm day tomorrow with a high of 91 and then a nice cool down heading into the weekend. With that push of cool air, though, our fire danger is going to be climbing for tomorrow afternoon.
That 81 is going to feel a little cool after what we've had the last few days.
Yes, it is. I'm looking forward to those overnight lows. All right, thanks for joining us. See you at 11.